So on behalf of my sisters and brothers in ministry of the West Noprick Ministerial Association, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our Baccalaureate service for McDowell High School class of 2016. We're very thankful that you guys could all be with us tonight and help worship God together in support and celebration of the great accomplishments that this wonderful group of young people have done. And we thank everyone who participates in our service, the student speakers and the singers, as well as the faculty and staff who accepted our invitation to take a lot of their own time and help us with this event. We're especially honored tonight to have Pastor David Fugate, the chaplain of the Erie Veterans Medical Center, offer the message tonight. And we're equally honored to have Pastor Derek Sanford, the lead pastor of Grace Church, offering the class challenge. A very special thank you goes out to the administration and school board for granting our request for having such a service as this tonight in this wonderful setting. We thank you for the joy and celebration of this day. And we praise you for tomorrow will bring. All human life is truly a gift from you. And tonight we are most grateful for all these young people who have deeply touched our lives. They have inspired all of us through their dedication and accomplishments and commitment. Thank you, Lord, for what they have already done and for what they will become. We thank you also for all those who have played such a powerful role in bringing them to this very day, from parents and family to teachers and coaches and so many others. May all of us be empowered by your word and your presence so that we can all continue to be the people that you call us to be with faith, hope, and love. All of this we ask in your most holy name. Amen.
This is titled A New Beginning, written by Jonah Fuchs. As you make a new beginning in your life, graduate, be aware of important things you didn't learn in school. As you pursue your dreams, remember to take time to help and serve others, even if doing so slows you down a little. As you explore and develop your unique talents, remain humble, realizing that your special abilities are gifts from God. As life hands you challenges, welcome them as ways to become smarter and stronger. As you acquire material things, know that your most important possessions are honesty, integrity, and the desire to make a difference.
This one's titled A Graduation Blessing by Barbara McAdam. Embarking on a journey which began some time ago, how could you have imagined all the things you come to know? You learn to use each challenge as an opportunity to overcome each problem despite adversity. It wasn't always easy keeping up with friends at school, but you held on to your beliefs and followed the golden rule. You found your voice and chose a path that honors who you are, and that, I think, may be your greatest lesson learned thus far. For no one could be prouder of the person you've become, and that is why I'm confident that the best is yet to come. May you never waste a moment wishing life was not unfair. Rather, use the gifts God gave you to change the world out there. Your graduation signals us that you are on your way, so spread your wings and fly, my dear, forever and a day.
versa. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyway.
Where do you find strength? Together we have grown into young adults and are now ready to begin a new chapter of our lives. Growing up wasn't always easy. We've all made mistakes and have faced hardships, but through them, we have learned to become stronger. Life will continue to throw obstacles at us. I challenge you today to find strength in times of trouble and stay true to your faith as we move forward into new chapters of our lives. Isaiah 40:28-31 says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. In his understanding, no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak."
My name is Peyton Tevis, and I will be singing Astonishing from Little Women. I thought home was all I'd ever want, my attic all I'd ever need. Now nothing feels the way it was before, and I don't know how to proceed. I only know I'm meant for something more. I've got to know if I can be astonishing. There's a life that I am meant to lead, a life like nothing I have known. I can feel it, and it's far from here. I've got to find it on my own.
I have to follow that? That's just not fair. Congratulations, class of 2016, from someone who was a graduate of the class of 1983 and a father who was a graduate of Mill Creek High School in 1947. And so our family has about 70 years of history here in this place. And it is a joy and a privilege to come and speak with you this evening. And I think of my father who died about 9 years ago, and I think what he would think if he was here tonight. I know he's here tonight in spirit, as so many family members are. And I think what he would think of his granddaughter Catherine graduating and what he would say to me. And it came to me last night. He would say to you, "Look at your daughter. This is what you could have done if you would have applied yourself in high school." So tonight, I have just one theme to share with you. A few subpoints, but one theme. And that's about thankfulness. Thankfulness in our lives. Because as I've lived over the almost 51 years of life, one of the things I've learned is the people who are able to give thanks are the people who often have the most joy. Because thankfulness helps us to stay humble when times are good, and thankfulness helps us to persevere when times are tough. Thankfulness reminds us that we can't do it by ourselves in life. And so when I think of thankfulness, I have a very simple question for you to think about this evening. In your time here at McDowell, as you look back over the past 4 years, think of 2 teachers, coaches, staff people who've really had an impact on your life. Can you come up with 2? Get them in your memory? It's striking for me because as I thought about that question and I went back in time, the 2 people I would have written down in 1983 are the 2 people I would write down today. One was a biology teacher by the name of Audrey Hanna. The other was a history teacher by the name of Fran Hayden. Now, back in the good old days, when teachers were tough,
That's right.
Mr. Hayden didn't offer any of these multiple choice or open note or none of these. We went in and wrote for 50 minutes straight, and that was the length of the period. So you wrote, and I turned it in, and I always had hopes of an A. I never got a C. Always B. But you know what? I would trade all of the A's I ever got in my academic career for the wisdom I learned in that class and from that teacher. Because he wasn't someone who raised his voice. He had dedication and devotion. He was a person of character. He lived out his faith as he taught students. He saw it as a ministry. And he taught me lessons that I have continued to use with people in all kinds of places over the years. But you could see someone who lived through the Depression and through war, that word easy got under his skin. And, you know, in my 8 years at the hospital, I have never had to tackle a veteran. And I don't know if I would have worked with Vinny because he won 15 letters when he was a high school student in 4 different sports. But I thought, I can just see where this is going. He is going to, he's going to say, you want to take it easy? Life is hard. You got to work hard. You don't understand how difficult life is. And you could just see them passing each other. But Vinny was a wise man. And he didn't say that. Instead, he said, in a calm but passionate voice, son, I think as time goes along, you'll learn that the things you learn the most from are the things you struggle with. And in an instant, as I saw this connection between the generations, I see wisdom. Because here's someone in their 20s struggling to find their place in the world. Here's somebody in their 90s struggling with the fact he could not do what he desperately wanted to do with his life. They both were struggling, and they both needed each other. But see, I think this class knows about struggle. You've struggled sometimes with academics. You've struggled sometimes with family situations. You've struggled sometimes with that great social lab that we call high school. You know what struggles are. Sometimes you may have wondered if you can continue. You know about struggles. You know who else knows about struggles? Take a minute, look out there to your parents. You know about struggles. Maybe this child came into your life and you're like, I am ill-equipped to be a parent. Maybe you've struggled with having enough finances to make things work for your family. And when times get tough, may you remember what the psalmist says. Tears may linger for the night, but joy comes with the morning. McDowell class of 2016, may you in the midst of your challenges, your hopes and your dreams, experience unspeakable joy as you run your race and follow your calling. God's blessing on you this evening. Amen.
But the footprints of the I'm Justin, and the piece I wrote is entitled Faith. High school has been filled with ups and downs for all of us. Leaving this time in my life, I can confidently say that I have no regrets and that the time I spent here was the best 4 years of my life thus far. No matter what experience you had here at McDowell, there is a commonality between us. We spent 4 years together, and we collectively stand as the class of 2016. We are Trojans, and we bleed our school colors. Each and every single one of you has contributed to making this school such a unique, special, and enriching place. Now it's time for our paths to part. Everyone is headed in their own direction, yet we're all going into one of the most exciting times in our life, and our memories of our time here at the school will carry with us on to great things in the future. Scratch that. I have faith that each and every one of you will go on to do great things. I have faith that this class will take the world by storm. Whether you're Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, Catholic, Christian, or anything for that matter, I have faith that you will make the world a better and happier place. This may be the end, but everything must come to an end, and with endings brings new beginnings. Many of us will never see each other again in the waking hours, except for occasionally crossing paths, or maybe seeing each other at the occasional high school reunion. So now, while I have the chance, I wish you all good luck and happy travels, and hope that you all get what you're looking for out of life. Thanks for making this school such a great place, and good luck in your future endeavors.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Holberg and I'll be singing Lori's Song by Aaron Copeland.
congratulations to you students. It's been a pleasure watching so many of you grow up. We've probably crossed paths along the way somewhere. Some of you, I crossed paths with you at the first grade Bring Your Dad to School event. Maybe we were on the 5th grade field trip to Pittsburgh together, or I admired one of your science fair projects as I wandered between the lunch tables, or watched you as you ran by on the track, or saw you compete on one of the many athletic fields or courts that we shared along the way. I caught maybe your play or your chorus concert, or even watched online as your robotics team did your thing. But it's been a joy to watch you develop and grow. And you've not only left your mark on this school, but you're preparing now to leave your mark on the world. And for you parents in the crowd, for some of you this is brand new. For me, this is our oldest child up here, and so this is a new deal. And so some of you have experienced the last few weeks of crying yourself to sleep. Some of you are doing the happy dance in significant ways. Some of you have been too busy to kind of let it catch up with you quite yet, but certainly this is a transitional moment for all of us. And I want to thank my friend David, Reverend Fugate, as he encouraged you to look back and to reflect on the past and to be thankful for where you've been. And I want to challenge you now, as we kind of begin to wrap up this evening, to look to the future. And I want you to look maybe 20 or 25 years down the road, because a lot is going to change for you in the next 20 or 25 years. In fact, you're going to look back at pictures of this day, and you're going to laugh. And you're going to laugh at the hairstyles, and you're going to laugh at, you see people holding iPhones and this ancient technology. And I look back, I graduated from this school in 1989, and a lot has changed since 1989, some 27 years ago or so. So styles will change. I rocked a mullet on this stage. Pink pants and pastels underneath that lovely robe. And back in 1989, some significant things happened. The internet was invented by a software engineer in Switzerland. The Berlin Wall came down and the Cold War came to a close. The Cosby Show was the #1 show on television. Man, how that's changed. Poison had the #1 song, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. A little baby girl was born named Taylor Swift in 1989. The average cost of a new car was $12,000. Gas was $1.12 per gallon. Bread was 61 cents for a loaf. And my point is that over the next 20 or 25 years, there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of changes in our world. There's going to be a lot of changes in your life. And many of those changes are going to be beyond your control. But there are some changes that are going to be within your control. And so I want to give you 2 challenges tonight. And maybe these 2 challenges will help you to experience and maybe even bring about some positive changes in your life during this next chapter. The first lesson is a lesson from agriculture. And I need to give you a little backstory because I realize that most of you aren't farmers. Contrary to the chant that Cathedral Prep sings at some of these basketball games, Trojans are farmers. This is an outdated reference. And Father Dedish, I realize that you're connected over there, and they're a little bit slow on the uptake over on 9th Street. I encourage you to get them some new chants. I've heard that there's an AP class over there called Cheering at Sporting Events, and we can work some new stuff into the curriculum there. Anyway, so the first challenge is an agricultural reference, and the challenge is this: that you begin now to plant good seeds for the future. If you drive around the area at any point here, you'll see crops in the fields. Most of them are in the early stages right now of their growing. Fruits and vegetables aren't exactly mature quite yet. They're not ready quite yet, but they're getting close. And the farmers who are nurturing those crops are in a season of waiting. The seeds have been planted in the ground, and soon the crops will be ready for harvest, but they're not ready quite yet. And those fields remind us of the importance of planting good seeds. There's a principle that comes from the Bible. I'm a Bible guy, but you don't need to be a Bible guy to agree with this. It's apparent in many arenas of life. It's in Galatians 6, it says, a man reaps what he sows. And then it says, let us not become weary of doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people. A man reaps what he sows. Another way of saying this is that what you put in is what you'll get out. And the way that we apply this right now is that the things that you're doing right now in your life are actually determining your future. And you will reap, here's another principle, you will reap exactly what you sow. Too many people think that they can sow one thing, one kind of seed in the ground, and reap another kind of harvest. And we can just imagine how crazy it would be if there were farmers who planted corn in the ground and then sat there and waited until the harvest season, hoping to get strawberries on the other end. It just doesn't work that way. You reap exactly what you sow. And this is where it gets real for us. This means that you can't plant seeds of laziness now and expect productivity later. You can't plant hatred now and expect love to come later. You can't sow drug and alcohol addictions into your life and expect to reap a healthy life on the other end. Seeds of debt will never produce financial stability. You can't be isolated and expect healthy relationships. The seeds that you plant right now in your life will bring the harvest that comes later. I had a friend in high school, and I'll never forget it. I went over to his house one time, and I got to experience how he treated his mom. He treated his mom like garbage. And I remember the day that it happened, and to watch this kind of rage and violence come into his eyes as he talked to his mom. And I caught up with this same friend several years ago, and it was predictable what had happened. He was several marriages in, he had lots of kids that he rarely stayed in touch with. And as I kind of heard about the way his life went, my mind went back to the kitchen that day in his home as I watched him treat his mom, and he was planting seeds then that he's now reaping the harvest of. You see, during this season of transition, my challenge to you is to start planting seeds now based on the fruit that you want to get down the road. Because someday soon you'll be living with the results of the decisions that you're making right now. And so, if you want to alter the end result, change now. Plant good seeds. Love your parents. Respect your bosses. Listen to your coaches. Esteem your professors. Work hard. These are the kinds of seeds that will bear good fruit as you head into adulthood. The second challenge is this. That's to make your faith your own. There are a lot of transitions ahead for you right now. This is a brand new chapter in your life, regardless of kind of what you're doing next. You'll probably accumulate some new friends. For many of you, you'll get your first job, maybe your first car. You'll have your first dorm room or apartment, maybe your first roommate. Some of you will do laundry for the very first time by yourself. You'll clean a toilet for the first time. You'll cook stuff on an actual stove. And in the midst of it all, and all this new and exciting stuff that's about to happen to you, my challenge is this: don't lose track of your faith. It too is in transition. It's transitioning from something that your parents believed or didn't believe to something that you will believe on your own. And don't just throw your faith away like an old t-shirt when you leave this place. Chase it down. Wrestle it to the ground. Determine what it is that you believe. Where is your faith rooted? As the old saying goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I was ready to throw the whole faith thing out at about the age of 19. And a good friend came to me and gave me some great advice. He said, if you shrug your shoulders and just say, I just don't believe in anything, I don't have any faith, he said, that's a cop-out. And he challenged me that day to embark on a quest for truth. And he said, I believe that if you find truth, you're going to find your way to God. Jeremiah 29:13 in the Bible says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. This is a promise from God. And so I did. And in those days, I was blindsided by an event in history called the resurrection of Christ. That was the game changer for me. And my faith became my own. I learned another thing about faith over the years, and that is that faith is never developed inside of a comfort zone. You have to step out in order to achieve faith. You have to, and in order to make it your own, you have to take initiative. You have to take some risks. And those risks might involve choosing to forgive instead of holding a grudge. Those risks might involve walking into situations and asking, how can I give, instead of asking, what can I take? Seeking to be generous instead of greedy. Looking to God instead of turning to substances for your comfort and for your identity. Serving the poor instead of serving yourself. Attending weekly worship gatherings instead of sleeping in. Keeping that gossipy rumor to yourself instead of passing it along to the next person. Sometimes taking a step of faith takes risk. And those things may seem small, but those are the kinds of things that lead to being great of soul. So as you leave this place, you may not cure cancer. You may not come up with a water problem or a water solution for the problem in Africa. You may not start a company that changes the marketplace, but if you commit to making your faith your own, you will position yourself to make a deep impact on this world and to bring positive change into your own life and the lives of those around you. So congratulations, class of 2016. God bless you. May God be with you.
Multitudes of teenagers in St. Peter's Square in Rome. The Holy Father said, I invite you, young people, remain steadfast in the journey of faith with firm hope in the Lord. This is the secret of our journey. There are no difficulties, trials, or misunderstandings to fear, provided we remain united to God as branches to the vine, provided we do not lose our friendship with Him, provided we make evermore room for Him in our lives. So friends, may the Lord make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you always. And may the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace now and forever. Amen. Amen. My friends, let us go now in peace to love and to serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.
5-inch song.
Good evening and welcome to the commencement ceremony of the McDowell High School class of 2016. Please stand at this time for the posting of the colors.
Superintendent Mr. Hall, members of the Mill Creek School Board, McDowell High School administrators, distinguished faculty members, parents, families, friends, members of the McDowell High School senior class, welcome to the 112th commencement ceremony. Tonight, we will begin the next chapter of our lives.
What's up, McDowell class of 2016? This is awesome. I'd like to start by thanking our Mill Creek administrators, our Mill Creek staff and faculty, and all of our friends and family who have come out here today to support us and get us to this point, our high school graduation. But I'd also like to thank Ms. Miller and Mr. Julius These teachers have had a very positive influence on not only me, but many of you here as well. They will be retiring this year, and we wish them the best of luck in the future. And to my fellow classmates, we did it. This summer will be a great time to reflect the past and plan for our futures. But it'll end sooner than we think. Some of us will be joining the military, the workforce, and some of us will be going to college. And yes, I've accepted the college, thank you, Gannon. And for those of you who bet against me, I'm sorry, but pay up. Our reflections will most likely be the great friends and time we've had at McDowell. But let's hear it for the mob. What a great group of students and what a fun time we had together. I'm so happy to say that I participated with all of you to cheer for the various athletic teams at McDowell. We had some creative people who came up with some themes like whiteouts, pinkouts, camo nights, etc. to help support our teams. Mob even traveled to Pitt to support James Conner, and incidentally, he is now cancer-free. I count of 3, say cheese so I can take a selfie with some of my closest friends. Thank you, and best of luck to your teams. I love you. This is Dylan was here, and I approve this.
Good evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduating class of 2016. We'd like to offer up to you some thoughts that may be helpful to you going forward. It requires nothing more than a desire to participate in the direction your life will be taken throughout the years. I would urge you to take an active role in your future. Life will happen no matter what. Strive to direct your life, or something or somebody else will. Most, maybe all famous people, are famous for something they did, not what they did not do. They chose a path that was not chosen for them, but rather chosen from some inner fortitude that made them go for their dream. Winston Churchill once said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm." Have the courage and determination to overcome any obstacles or setbacks on your road to success. At every intersection of your life, every time you need to go one direction or another, make sure the decision reflects your desires, goals, and wishes. This sounds like it is easy to do, but consider that your choices will be complex with many different pressures, such as financial, timing, fear of the unknown, and many other factors. Unless you have the ability to see in the future, the best decision will not be obvious. You can choose to play it safe and take the easy road, or choose the hard road, the road less traveled. That few choose because it is hard. By taking this road less traveled instead of the easy road, I would submit that you will have the greatest chance of succeeding in your endeavors. You, as this year's graduating class, have shown everyone your dedication, skill, and determination to succeed by being here tonight to receive your diplomas. You're ready to go on to your next stage of life. You have made the right choices, and we applaud you. Remember your years here at McDowell, as, believe it or not, when you look back, you will realize that these are some of the best years of your life. We as a district wish you well and great success in the future. Carry forward your Trojan spirit in all you do. Be honest, caring, contributing citizens to this great country that allows everyone to be the best that they can be. Work hard, play hard, and don't forget to come back and say hello to your McDowell community. Congratulations again, and good luck.
Good evening, parents, family members, friends, and to the soon-to-be graduating class of 2016. A special welcome and congratulations to all of you. It's an honor to be standing in front of you tonight as you spend one final night together as classmates. Tonight is more than just a celebration of your success. It is also a night of hope. For you as the graduating class of 2016, there is hope that your McDowell diploma will lead you to an institution of higher learning, a trade school, the armed services, or a high-paying job. For your parents, there is hope that graduating from high school will be the springboard to a happy and rewarding life. For your teachers, they hope that they have prepared you with the skills and knowledge to be lifelong learners and responsible citizens. And for me, as the superintendent of this great school district, I hope you don't mind if I share a little wisdom with you, because even though your high school days are over, you'll find out you still have much to learn. So class of 2016, my hopes for you include the following. I hope you follow your heart, but take your brain with you. I hope you understand that there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. I hope you know that money does not buy class or respect. I hope you resist the lure of social media and remember that the best way to communicate with someone is by looking them in the eyes when talking to them. I hope you realize that one day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure that it's worth watching. I hope you've witnessed that it takes years to build trust, and only seconds to destroy it. I hope you have mastered the art of communication, and that is to listen more and to talk less. I hope you understand the difference between school and life. In school, you are taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you are given a test that teaches you a lesson. I hope you remember to make time and sit on the porch with your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, now that you're all grown up. And finally, I hope you take the time to thank everyone who has helped make you the person you are today. Your teachers, your principals, your friends, and most importantly, your family and your parents. To the class of 2016, congratulations, best of luck, and it is my sincere hope that you achieve all of your dreams. Thank you. I'd like to turn the program over and say happy birthday to Mr. Tim Rankin.
This evening, we begin a new tradition of recognizing our graduates' academic achievements using the Latin honor system similar to that used in universities. The Latin term summa cum laude, or with highest distinction, represents graduates who have achieved a cumulative rolling grade point average of 4.2 and above during the 4 years of high school. With those graduates whose gown and stole includes a gold cord, please stand and be recognized at this time. Magna cum laude graduates, or those with great distinction, achieved a rolling GPA of 3.85 to 4.199 and are acknowledged with a silver cord. Would those graduates please stand at this time for recognition? Congratulations. And cum laude graduates with a GPA of 4.1 to 3.849 are graduating with distinction and are recorded in light blue. Would the cum laude graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. The financial packages presented to the class of 2016 by post-secondary centers of study total $15,170,000, more than that, in scholarship money and awards offered, of which $6,347,450 has been accepted to date. These investments represent great potential for our community's future and that of our nation. Lots of things come in fours. 4 years of high school, 4 seasons in a year, 4 out of 7 games wins the Stanley Cup. 4 suits and a deck of cards, a playground game called Foursquare, 4 hours for a graduation ceremony. Just kidding. A few weeks back, I was invited to be part of a field trip to the Carnegie Science Center in Pittsburgh, and after dinner, the group had some shopping time at the Grove City outlets. Well, not all of the students were all that interested in shopping, and Aiden McKnight bought a colorful ball for $8, that's 2 times 4, and started up a game of Foursquare. There it is. Now, never having played Foursquare before, I was going to watch. I realized that the game requires 4 players, but there was only Aiden and 2 others. So being a friendly bunch, they invited me to join the game. So Aiden, Abby, and Brandon, soon joined by Austin, John, and many others, taught me the basics of Foursquare. In this game, you want to keep the ball in the squares, batting it back and forth to random opponents manning the other 3 squares, taking them off guard, or causing them to miss. If you're successful in knocking a player out, the remaining players move up from the bottom square through the other 3 until he or she is king. And then the king starts each new round until knocked out by one of the underlings. After 15 minutes, I was being referred to as a beast at Foursquare. In life, on the other side of the diploma, there are 4 squares of identity to contend with as well. The mental, the physical, the relational, and the spiritual. You can be knocked out of the game of life by any one of these 4 realms if you're not careful. You must nurture all 4 with care. The mental, learn something new every day. Learn for enjoyment as well as for your growth in your chosen profession. The physical, keep physically active and healthy. Eat well, stay physically strong, and don't poison your bodies. Relational, honor and serve every person you meet with acceptance and humility, for you are no better nor no less than they are. But remember, they are no less than you. And the spiritual, choose your objects of worship carefully, for who and what you worship will determine your priorities in life and will control your actions. So go forth from here tonight remembering the 4 squares of life: mental, physical, relational, and spiritual. Keep them in balance. Don't neglect any of them. Strive to be a beast in the 4-square game of your future. Thank you, Aiden. We also would like to request that members of the audience please help in the proceedings tonight to help to move quickly by clapping just once when each name is called. And we'll help you, we'll coach you along the first few names if we need to. Please also assist us in preserving the dignity of the ceremony by refraining from calling out, whistling, or cheering when names are announced. It's important to all in attendance that their student's name is heard and that every graduate can be clearly identified by the entire audience. Tyler Miller, entering the workforce.
Anna Papanikos, attending Gannon University, studying pre-pharmacy.
Dylan Moore, Penn State Erie, the Barron College, studying business marketing.
Miranda Parker, entering the workforce.
Adam Bono, Penn State Erie, the Barron College.
Megan Pulaski, attending Penn State Erie, the Barron College, studying engineering.
Amy Orzechowski, Clarion University, studying psychology.
Rhiannon Bushtek, attending Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania.
Ashley Warner, who attends Slippery Rock University, studying elementary and special education.
Zachary Walker, attending Youngstown State University studying engineering.
Alyssa Poche, Anna University, studying nursing.
Sarah Rogoski, attending Duquesne University, studying biology.
Emily Ponsford will be entering the workforce with plans to attend college.
Alyssa Romansky, entering the workforce with plans to attend college.
Patricia Radu will attend Gannon University, studying pharmacy.
Jasmine Reese.
By the concert band, after which Juliana Malulo, class president, will lead the class in the traditional tassel ceremony that will symbolize your graduation from McDowell High School. After the tassel change, the assembly will be dismissed. We thank you for sharing the evening with us.
Be patient, just one more speech before you come, high school graduates. I am Juliana DeLillo, your senior class president. I have been remembering how some of us met. In preschool, others in elementary school, others in middle school, and some not until we came to McDowell High School. Somehow, we have become the only class of 2016 that will ever graduate from McDowell High School. During our time here, some of us have excelled in academics, others in athletics, others in leadership, others in music and theater, and some of us, and my personal favorite, the mom. We have shared times of happiness, sorrow, times of celebration, defeat, times of laughter and tears. We have also shared many special days. For example, today is not only our graduation day, but our beloved principal, Mr. Rankin's birthday as well. So let's give him a round of applause. Today is at the end of the book, but just the start of a new chapter. Tomorrow, we will begin writing a new chapter for ourselves. And we have been taught by our families and teachers the importance of making a difference in our own worlds. So no matter where you go, who you are with, or what you do, never forget your roots. McDowell High School. So, class of 2016, please stand. Please join me in moving the tassel from the right to the left. We are now graduates of McDowell High School.